Hi folks, this is Manisha Kaushik, your psychic guide, and you can reach me at www.askmanisha.com. Since I had promised everybody that I would be uploading a sample video on how tarot card reading works, and this could be again probably a good video for the people who are really interested in learning tarot on how do we pull out the necessary information from the cards. Since it's Valentine's Day today, so the cards, the spread was already on my table because there's a couple who visited me in my Bangalore office and who wanted me to reply them with to give them a short answer. Will they marry each other? So that's a seven card reading that I did for them for their relationship. While pulling out the cards, the very first step that I saw for them was how many major arcana cards are there and which ones are those. The first, while I pulled out the card for the female, so it was the Empress card, which comes from the major arcana suit. And the last card, which is the advice card, as well as the result of their question, that is the world card. So it is again from the major arcana suit. So the first step is to see how many are the major arcana cards in the reading. Rest of them are all the minor arcanas, and they're majorly wands, which indicate that both of them would be working for sure, and there could be little restrictions in the relationship because of their working hours or anything related to work. So let's start with the necessary information that I started interpreting about them. The first card which comes is the Four of Wands. If you see this card, so what information what I gave, this is the card that I pulled out for the guy. So what I told him was that you would be staying away from your parents, from your from your residence, basically from your hometown. How did I evaluate that was you can see there are a couple of houses at the back, and this guy is away from that town, if I say. So this guy is certainly away from the house, from the hometown. The second information that I told him was you have fallen in love with the female in the city that you are currently residing in. So, factually, what I could interpret out of them is that both of you would have met in the same city. The third thing was that what I could see from the information from the card itself is that the guy, if you see this card more closely, is holding a bouquet in his hand. And whenever we see that a guy is holding a bouquet in his hand, it means that probably he's trying to propose somebody. Fourth thing that I could see from the card itself is if you see in India, we usually, whenever somebody marries, we take vows we take fairas, and the mandap is like something like this. So if you see, there are four pillars, and the guy is standing in between and waiting. And there's this setup is just like a mandap. So this means the guy is too keen to get married to that female, but since he is standing alone in this mandap, which means that probably the female has he's not yet heard about the response from the female. So that is the information what I could pull out from the guy and bang on. It was everything was just matching to what he is and what is the idea of the reading. Next, when I pulled out the card for the female, so the card that came up was the Empress card, which was from the Major Arcana. So this means since out of both the cards, so this means since this is from the major arcana, this means the female is already dominating in the relationship. So it is her yes that the guy is waiting for. What I told about this female was she would be she's a lady who has created the backing on her own. She's worked whatever she has achieved in her life has done it on her own, but probably she has other commitments. If you see, there's an empress, there's a queen who's sitting on the throne, which means that she has, whenever somebody is sitting on a throne, this means they have several commitments in life. They're not able to focus on any other aspect but their commitments. So if you see this, she's sitting at work and she has other commitment in life now. Not necessarily that she will have only work commitments, it could be commitments related to anything else as well. So this is what this card tells us, that this is a female who is busy with some other factors in life, who has other priorities in life, that she's not able to settle down because of what the agenda of the reading was about. She's not very keen to settle in her life as of now. The next thing about How is the guy taking this relationship? So there's a three of wands, which means that if you see he's hoping, he's waiting for somebody. If you see there are ships, so he's waiting for those ships to come to him. Or probably and it could also be, this is again, the three of wands is said to be the hope card, that keep your aspirations, keep your hopes to be very high, because there is a possibility that these ships will come back to you very soon. There could be delays, but there's not a denial. When I pulled out the present situation for the female, there was a nine of swords, which says something that she is tensed about some atmosphere, probably since it's a bed, so it's something related to home. There could be that somebody is not feeling well, or somebody is bed struck, or there are some other, since there are a lot of swords, so there could be disputes related to somebody, some else's, some other thoughts as well. So this means the Knight of Swords, when I asked her about this situation, she told me that her mother, she's quite adamant about marrying this female to somebody else. Also, she's not very well. So that's what, if you see there are nine swords which are lying on her head, it means that she is not able to make the commitment. That was one reason that we could relate to, that she's not ready for a commitment, because she's confused about certain things. She's upset about certain things. The next card about both a relationship for both of them, again, that's a two of wands, which says that the relationship is quite hopeful. They like each other. There's an probably the commitment needs to be defined in some other way, which means that probably they need to give each other some time. They need to spend time with each other as well, and know the both the families. Have to strategize a way to take these things to their parents, and then move ahead with the relationship. Next card that we come up with, what is the future of this relationship? Since there are two people involved, so I took out two different cards for this reading. The first is the Ten of Cups, which says a happy family card, that if, when, like their question was, will they marry each other? So the answer is a definite yes. There is a marriage which is seen, but since the last card, the advice card, is the world card, which says they'll have to struggle through, there'll be a delay in actually struggling through the relationship, or there could be a delay in getting married to each other. But since that's the advice card that I see, so probably let's take this as the future card, which says that Ten of Cups is a happy family. Everybody will be happy, but since there was a Nine of Swords which we need to deal with, so you have to be a little patient in getting the things for let the things fall in place, and then proceed ahead. So there's a definite yes in the marriage. There's a Six of Swords again, which says all of them traveling together. So this means that probably the couple will be settling up in a different country after their wedding. Since the last card is again the World card, which says that it is certainly an international couple, I would say that is what I told them, that you want to settle for your life internationally. You will be settling in some other country rather than India, and probably would be earning in a good currency. So that is how you interpret things. So if you've got more questions, feel free to write to me on my website, and we can also have a Skype discussion about what the future holds for you. So feel free to question me, and probably in case you want to learn more things about tarot. So you can also write to me again at support@askmanisha.com, and I shall get back to you. Wishing everybody a very, very happy Valentine's Day, and have a very, very great weekend ahead.